It's crazy to think that Power Rangers in Space is 25 years old this year. I remember watching this series for the very first time many moons ago, but my experience watching it was kind of different than watching it on TV when it first aired on Australian airwaves. So, my first exposure to Power Rangers in Space is kind of weird. So, I remember getting a VHS tape as a present, and it was Power Rangers in Space. And when I got the VHS as a gift, Power Rangers Turbo was still airing, and I don't think that the Passing of the Torch episodes had aired in Australia yet. So I was seeing brand new Rangers for the very first time, and I had no context what was happening. Not only that, this was the VHS tape with the Psycho Rangers and their story arc condensed into like a 90-minute movie, and I would watch that over and over again. But not only that, they even had like episodes skipped. They sort of condensed a lot of the footage, the blend together. And not only that, I was thrown into a brand new story with brand new characters. And not only that, the Psycho Ranger stuff happens right after sort of the Astrometer getting not kidnapped, sort of turned into the Robo form. So my 10-year-old, 9-year-old brain was thrown for a loop when I was watching this back in the day. And this was dial-up days. I couldn't go online to Power Rangers Wiki or Morphin Legacy or anywhere to find out what was going on. I mean, I had to sort of keep up my own pace, and hopefully eventually these episodes would air on Australian TV and I'd understand what's going on. So I was really confused. And I had only seen Power Rangers in Space once or twice when it aired on Australian TV waves. After that, it was like gone for good. Like, this was pre-Netflix days in Australia. This was like me not knowing how to look stuff up online to watch episodes. And I had sort of grown past my Power Rangers phase way after Power Rangers in Space. Like, I dropped off after Lost Galaxy and just stopped following the franchise for the longest time. But it wasn't until like 2014, I believe, when my friend Mason that I met through TAFE lent me basically a hard drive with the season downloaded on there, and I began rewatching the season, became really nostalgic. And when Australia got Netflix, I went back and I revisited a couple of Power Rangers seasons I had never seen before, and I definitely rewatched Turbo and Zeo and In Space. I think I watched them in order. I watched Zeo, then I watched Turbo, then I watched In Space, then I watched Lost Galaxy. I had a lot of fun revisiting those old seasons, and then even watching seasons I didn't even get to watch growing up, and I had a lot of fun watching them as well. But you can also revisit those seasons on the Power Rangers YouTube channel, as they have most of the seasons uploaded there if you want to go check them out. But this season I've got a lot of memories for. Like, I love the suits, I love the characters, I love the Zords, I love the villains, I love a lot of things about Power Rangers in Space. I even love its Sentai counterpart Mega Ranger that I got to watch a couple of years ago, and I really freaking enjoyed it. Like, I really enjoyed Mega Ranger. I'd say go back and watch my like Mega Ranger rambling review where I talked about it. But Power Rangers in Space I really freaking enjoyed. Like, the Psycho Rangers, that story arc still holds up. I still enjoy watching it. Zane's a really cool character. I love the character dynamic. Andros is one of my favorite Red Rangers. And when they brought him back in the comics and sort of gave him his own like interactions with characters like Jason and stuff like that, that was really cool to see. But Power Rangers in Space is a like series I hold a lot of near and dear to my heart, and like it does have its flaws here and there, but I'm still going to love it. I mean, Countdown to Destruction is one of my favorite finales in Power Ranger histories. I mean, the Dino Fury Season 1 finale had a really cool fight scene at the end, but I think the impact of Countdown to Destruction being possibly like the last season of Power Rangers, or the last version of Power Rangers, is really freaking strong. Like the end of Zordon, where Zordon dies and Andros bursts open the tube. That like, I always remember that. Like, I love going back and rewatching that scene, or even go back and rewatching like a couple of Power Rangers in Space clips. I mean, when I do video research, like when I make shorts or I get like clips if I want to slice them into my videos, I will watch those clips from start to finish, and I'll forget that I'm actually like grabbing them to use them in videos. But I just have so many memories with Power Rangers in space, like watching it with my brother, and my brother thought that like Ecliptor was a Psycho Ranger, and that was like a crazy debate we would have. Like, there's a lot of memories I've got with this season, and it's still one of my favorite things. And not only that, like, it still lives on in the current day with Bloodline of the Grid, that awesome fan project. You've got, like I said, we had comics with Power Rangers and space characters. Like, the legacy of this season still lives on, and I'm definitely going to have to go back and rewatch it once again later down the line. But to just have 25 years of Power Rangers in space is crazy to think, because there's like a lot of episodes that are kind of silly, but I love watching them. Like, I freaking love watching the body swap episode. I freaking like watching the episode where Cassie goes on a date with that guy. I love like the TJ based episode. Like, TJ is like one of my favorite, like, apart from Andros, TJ is one of my favorite characters in Power Rangers in space. And my first exposure to him was in that VHS tape that I had, where he had the plan to sort of do the color swap thing when fighting the Psycho Rangers. And to me, when I was a kid, that was like the coolest thing ever, because we had never seen anything like that before. And it's just one of my favorite moments in the show. But not only that, I love the Zords. I love the Astro Megazord. I'm definitely excited to get the Lightning Collection. I love the Delta Megazord, the Mega Winger, the freaking Galaxy Voyager. No, that's the Sentai name, I think. Mega Voyager. I freaking love that. I love that Zord. That's a really cool Zord. I'm hoping we get like a Lightning Collection version of that later down the line. That'd be cool to see. But Power Rangers in Space is just one of my favorite seasons, and if you haven't seen it, go watch it. If you fell off during the Mighty Morphin days or after Zeo, go back and watch Power Rangers in Space. It's a really cool season. But I think with that said, I'm going to bring this video to a close. What are your memories of Power Rangers in Space? I know this video was me rambling and being nostalgic and stuff like that, and I probably didn't go too deep into like Power Rangers in Space, but there's a lot to love about this season. Like, even Elgar's a lot of fun. Bulk and Skull's a lot of fun in this season as well. That Bulk and Skull moment in the finale, so good. So good. I know I'm jumping all over the place in this video, but what are your thoughts on Power Rangers in Space? What are your memories with this season? Tell me in the comment section down below. I'd love to hear your thoughts and opinions. With that said, I'm going to bring this video to a close. If you enjoyed this video, hit that like button, subscribe to the channel if you're new, and I will see you guys later. Peace out, take care, bye.